Hello everyone, Barry here with volume number 1, the E and A form bar chords. As you can see in the outline here, we have them, and we're going to get to that chapter in a few seconds. Preparing for the barring method. This will be about getting your body, hand, and guitar in the right position to be able to have some success. How to view and play the E form and A form bar. I'll be talking about that and pointing out the graphics in a few minutes. And then locate and memorize. How to learn these chords all over the fretboard in a brief amount of time. Let's get to the chapter. As you look at my bar chord symbols, I'm a big advocate for putting the form, E form. So you have the letter name, and the little f will just mean the word form, as I explained up here in the writing. What I mean by E form, if you've learned your open chord E, you'll start to see how it looks like that. The RT, and usually the note in, or the fingering I should say, in white will be the root note. FR, the fret position. If there's no number there, assume it's the first fret. If there's a number there, go to the third fret. So as I scroll down here, you'll see E minor. Small m means minor form, which means it's going to be looking like an E minor, but since you're on the third position, it's actually G minor. Okay, here is the A form. Even though you're not using three fingers like you did in your open A, you are playing the notes on the same strings as the open A. Here you have the A form, but it's on the 5th fret, and here's the letter name D. That's what it would be called. Now I've changed it to look like an A minor because you're on the 2, 3, and 4 strings, just like the A forms, and you're on the 5th fret position. The root note close to it would be here, which is the D, and the small m here would be the minor, so that's a D minor. So here, preparing for the barring method, you can view and pay close attention to how I have the elbow in to the body. I even try to do a close-up with that. Watch the videos. I'll explain that in a more thorough way. I really get into explain how the hand should be, excuse me there, how you should have the thumb and the index finger in a position between each other or near to each other. If you get the thumb over to the side, either way, you will not be able to do the fretting process. This is a view from looking over the top of the fretboard. Here, when you're learning to play bar chords, you have to retrain your 2, 3, and 4 fingers to play what looks like E's and what looks like A's. Here's a close-up with the good positioning and the bad positioning of the elbow. See, that's farther from the body. Here's some of the situations I've seen my students do by placing the arm out or turning the hand and ending up not getting the results they need. So there you have it, the E and A form bar chord. As I go down here, I'm explaining how the E's can start out with the 3 fingerings, 1, 2, and 3. You reform or change your fingerings to the 2, 3, and 4, pretending that you're fretting them, the open chords, that way. Then you move your finger out 1, and that looping line means a bar. Here are the root notes for the E forms on the number 6 string, which is being laid down like laying the guitar fretboard in your lap. This is number 6. This is number 1. Number 6, number 1. Here are the notes on the 6th string all the way down in a vertical fretboard view. And here are the different voicings for the E forms. There are perhaps more, but these are the starter 8 voicings. As you go down, the same thing will happen with the A's. You start with the open fingerings, switch them around, add the 1 finger as a bar, and here are the letters of the natural notes on the 5th string A. That's the 6th string, that's the number 1 string, as if it's laying in your lap. I give you multiple examples on how to look at this from the vertical one or from the chord blocks. T1 and T2 is more or less type 1, type 2. Both of these chords are 7th chords. They're just different voicings in a different area. I got the chapter on location and memorizing the E and A form bar chords. I go through different methods you can try. Just getting used to the natural notes. Trying to play the chords all the way up and down the fretboard. Trying to learn them by the letter names only. So there's different ways that you can go about this. Getting used to the sharp and flat notes. That's the black keys on the piano. There they are with the natural notes stripped away. What I mean by G, small b means a flat. F with a pound sign is a sharp, F sharp or G flat. Once again, that's kind of confusing with with accidental notes, but they could be called two different names. So here they are on the 6th string and the 1st string. The same note all the way up. So when your one hand or your one finger is on the that fret, that's the letter name. And then here you have it, the complete picture of all the notes on the 6th and 5 strings all the way up to the 12th fret. There you are with volume number 1, the E and A form bar chords, and how to go about memorizing them. This is Barry. Get in there and practice, and have a great time.